to another episode of the Women in Finance and Investment Network Spotlight Series. The Women in Finance and Investment Network, abbreviated as WIFIN, is a non-profit organization that is committed to taking action to bridge a generational gap in the finance and investment industry. The Women Spotlight Series is one of our many incredible events or activities that is particularly designed to motivate and inspire the next generation of emerging finance female professionals. I go by the name Gifty Boatema Anan, the country representative of WIFIN in Ghana. And today I'm particularly delighted because of the wealth of knowledge and insight we are about to enjoy within this short moment of engagement. My guest today is almost a household name amongst the incredible business players in Africa. She is an experienced and world-class business leader who has made a significant splash in the financial services industry. Her journey echoes those of the many remarkable women who have gone ahead of her, one of resilience, passion, inner tenacity, and excellence. And she has become, to the people of Africa, a global business icon with an enviable reputation. She happens to be the founding member of both the Executive Women Network and the International Women's Forum in Ghana. My guest is none other but the ever-resourceful Patience Akyianu, the Chief Executive Officer of Hollard Group in Ghana and the Director of both the Hollard Insurance Ghana and Hollard Life Assurance Ghana. Patience Akyianu, you are welcome.
Thank you, Gertie, and thank you for your kind words. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, on behalf of WIFIN, on behalf of the Women in Finance and Investment Network, we want to say a very, very big thank you. We see this as a pleasurable honor to have a sit down with you this day, just to be able to download all the knowledge, experience, and expertise you've been able to garner over the years. And we know that for all the people who will be watching this from all across Africa and Asia are going to be, marvelously inspired to take action to reach the very top. I know by now my viewers are just as eager as I am to know about your childhood experiences. Can you kindly let us in on your childhood experiences, your impactful upbringing, and your academic background? Let's start with that, please.
Thank you, Gifty. So I'm the first of three girls, and my mother died actually when we were young. So I was thrown into responsibility very early on in my life. And I acquired skills like ownership, accountability, and generally being responsible for myself and other people very early. And of course, I'm homegrown, proudly and fully educated here in Ghana,
Wow.
from primary school to university. I did both my first and second degrees in the University of Ghana Business School. And I'm also a qualified accountant and it's chartered ICA Ghana, Institute of Chartered Accountant Ghana as well. So proudly homegrown.
Proudly homegrown. Proudly homegrown indeed. Now to a very dicey phenomenon, one that has thrown a lot of women off board, a lot of corporate female leaders, work-life balance. Considering your role as a family woman and a corporate female leader, we would want to know what the impact of your family life has been on your career journey. Has there ever been a time you had to rethink a well-deserved offer just for family? And then at what point in your career, was it in your 20s, was it in your 30s, was it in your 40s that you were able to gain full grasp of work-life balance?
It's always a challenge and it's difficult to balance so many competing interests in your life, really. And it doesn't get easier. You always have to juggle. The good thing about it, though, is that women are known to be good at juggling. So my family life really has contributed very positively to my progression at the workplace. And I was blessed with a supportive husband. My husband has contributed very positively to cheering me on and supporting me through the process. And I've always had domestic help as well. So very mindful of the fact that I couldn't have come this far without the help and support of my family, domestic help, friends, etc. I can say that once you have the right support network in place, you will be able to achieve a semblance, if you like, of balance. Having said that, however, I'm one of those who think that this concept of balance, where you feel that 50% of your time must be dedicated to one part work and another 50 life in a balanced sort of way, is a bit of an illusion. It can create frustration and stress for people. What I like to think about is, and I've coined this, which I've seen in some materials, is work-life rhythm. Creating a rhythm that works for you and the important people in your life. So acknowledging the fact that there will be times when you spend more, effort because of what is at stake and because of what you are trying to achieve, like project deadlines, etc. You might be required to spend more time at work at certain times. However, you try and make it up when you are able to. So have, a rhythm that works for you and your loved ones, a rhythm of work, rest, recreation, family time, and other interests in your life, incorporating other interests in your life to make sure that you live a whole life, if you like. Your life is comprehensive and not just, about work or about home, but building in all the things that make you, who you are really, all the things that are important in your life. So it's about the rhythm and getting one that works for you and your loved ones, rather than this illusion of balance, where if you don't close at 5, you feel you are missing something. But hey, once your family understands and you're able to make it up and create time for the important things and people in your life, it should be fine.
I mean, we're just about 3 minutes into the interview, and Patience is already rephrasing a major corporate term from work-life balance to work-life rhythm. She says that you ought to create a rhythm that works perfectly for you. Wow, that's great. I want to know, as a strong female, leader who has made your mark in a male-dominated industry, specifically the insurance industry, what would you recount as your greatest setbacks, and who, if there were any, or were the perpetrators of these challenges in the workplace?
That's an interesting question, but I'll take it from here. Overcoming any setback starts with you. That is what I've learned. You need to actually acknowledge your role in whatever obstacle or setback it is that you are confronted with, and admit what you should be doing, what you don't know, and how you can contribute to resolving whatever setback or challenge there is. So with me, I'm new in the insurance industry. I've been over the last 17 or so years before I joined the industry, in the banking industry. So I came in pretty new. That was one acknowledgement I needed to make. You need to acknowledge that you don't know insurance. So unlearn everything you thought you knew about insurance, and learn and be humble enough to allow other people to teach you. So I opened myself up for my colleagues, the technical insurance people, to teach me things that would help, improve my understanding of the industry and everything that I needed as a building block to grow the company. I was willing to learn. So that's the start. But of course, the industry itself has its challenges. For example, it's conservative. You all know insurance. These parts is quite conservative and a bit resistant to change and innovation, you might say. and I came from with a customer's perspective, and I was pushing for things to be done differently. So of course there was a bit of resistance here and there. However, I'm glad to say that the industry has picked up a lot. I've seen other people, driving change and innovation, other players in the industry, and not just Hollard. And even though we are leading a lot of the innovation that you're seeing in the industry, I'm happy to say that the industry is responding positively and other people are also in now. So I think a lot of change and a lot of excitement I can see in the industry. And now really I feel a lot more part of the industry. Initially, I used to feel like an outsider, but now increasingly I'm feeling very much part of what is happening, which is really exciting.
I would say that welcome to the insurance industry.
Thank you very much.
Obviously, I mean, a lot of people have said a lot of things about you, but there were a few that caught my attention. The CEO of Stanbic Bank, Botswana, actually described you in 3 remarkable phrases. He said that you are a woman with foresight. Number 2, you're a woman with the power of execution. And number 3, you're a woman with endurance. And this was how he actually talked about you. We want to know, what would you say has been the one value you have imbibed that has propelled you this far?
I think my main value that I can be identified with anywhere is faith. But coupled with my faith is passion and perseverance. And everyone who knows me knows that I'm very determined, and I can be very dogged, very pushy and persistent. And of course, the faith shows up in my integrity and the fact that I also am quite disciplined. And I like to be real as well. I believe that I must bring everything I have to work. I must bring my whole self wherever I am. So I put in my best and bring my whole self to the party.
Thank you so much. I just want to ask this question for all the young people out there, just like myself. As young professionals, in our undying quest to rise to the top, we tend to develop this toxic relationship with saying no. And so we nod to every task that is brought to our table in the office just because we want to be able to please our bosses. But I want to know, from your wealth of knowledge, at what point do you think we should draw the line? At what point do we draw the line? And how did your younger self deal with this?
So let me say that as you build credibility in the corporate world and prove your self-worth, it's, you need to put in the hours. You need to do what it takes in terms of showing that you've got, the capability, you are available, and you're not just, you can be relied upon. Because really, for people to count you in and to call you anytime the opportunity arises, they should have a lot of confidence in you. So it's not totally wrong to put in your best and want your boss to recommend you, However, you must know what is important and what is not important. So you must prioritize. It's not everything that you say yes, you say no to, I beg your pardon, or you say yes to, rather, There are things that you must say no to. And you must know what is important, what counts, So really, as you go around, you know who you're working for, you know whose team your contributions count most, on. So really, you need to be able to decipher, the important, assignments that you must devote your time to, and say yes to those, and put in your best. Because for me, one of the things that worked for me as I was growing up in there is the fact that I was reliable, I was dependable, you could trust me to end to end. I told you I gained ownership as I grew up because of the very early opportunity I had to be responsible, etc. So when you gave me a task, you knew you could go to sleep. You knew Patience will handle it once I've told her to do it. And really, that is actually that is what, gives you a leg in the door. That's what it's a virtue that will inure to your benefit. So it's one that must not be set aside. So I don't think it's a wrong thing to want to be reliable, dependable, and available. It's just that you need to prioritize and know what is more important than what. That's what I'd like to say, yeah.
Now, back to Hollard Ghana.
Yeah. I hope I've answered your question.
You have. I mean, actually, you just made it clearer. You just actually expanded the question that it's not wrong for you to be entrusted with more responsibilities. It only shows that you have proven yourself worth the task.
Indeed.
And that is why. But then you also said that you always learn to prioritize. And once we prioritize exactly, that's the whole point. Now,
so once you've proved yourself, before we move on, so once you've proved yourself, you can then have the luxury of, if you like, every now and then having boundaries or having boundaries. So for example, if you prove that you can rely on me to deliver, then you don't have to see me in the office till 7 or 8 p.m. I can assure you that by tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., you have the job. It doesn't matter if I close at 5 and go home and do the rest later. Then that way you can actually balance your work and your other responsibilities and still deliver and be counted an excellent team player as well. You see the point I'm trying to
make. Exactly. Very well noted. Very, very well noted. Myself, that's a good one for me. I'm taking that cue right with me wherever I go. Back to Hollard. You assumed the role as Group CEO of Hollard Ghana in 2018, just before the COVID-19 swept in. Awakened by the pandemic, has the insurance industry in Ghana fully embraced digital transformation, or it has been too slow in catching up? What would you say has been the impact of digital innovation and technology on the insurance customer journey?
I think I would say that the industry has generally risen to the occasion, and there is actually an increase in investment in systems across the industry, really. For me, the challenge is more to do with how customers have responded, or how the public is embracing this transformation and adapting to change and innovation. Because yes, when it comes to like mobile technology, there's a significant adoption from the general public, because that we do a lot on mobile phones. So our product, Mibambo, for example, which is our life insurance product in partnership with Vodafone currently on mobile phone, is doing very well because people are used to mobile money, and therefore a product that is based on mobile technology, it's one that Ghanaians can identify with. However, when it comes to others, like our Araba Hollard, which is a chatbot which works on WhatsApp, social media WhatsApp, you can end-to-end do home insurance on WhatsApp just by dialing a number and following the steps and the prompts. Yes, that the uptake is slower than we thought, because one thing you need to remember is that insurance is not something that people go around looking for. We say insurance is sold. It's not bought. It's a grudge purchase. And therefore you need to drive traffic to these platforms. We are on Jumia. I don't know whether you know whether we are on Jumia, but online we are on Jumia. You can buy our products on Jumia, yes. But we have to let you know, we have to actively drive the traffic there for people to buy it. It won't just happen, because as I said, people don't go out looking to buy insurance. I mean, people are not like, oh, today wake up, I want to buy insurance, and they go combing shops to buy insurance. You see what I'm saying? So it's the uptake, which is a bit of a challenge, but we are getting there, and the industry has positively risen to the occasion, as I said earlier.
Wow, you just made mention of so many initiatives. I just want you to tell us which one of the initiatives that you are so proud of, which you say has profoundly revolutionized the company since you took over?
I think there are three main ones that I'm proud of, really. Okay. The first is our partnership with Melcom and Vivo. Is the first of its kind. Wow. Prior to that, insurance companies were known to partner with banks. So we've got what we call bank assurance.
That's true.
And that's how we try and distribute in partnership with banks. However, we came in and we decided to partner with retailers. So we partnered with Melcom. Melcom, the big super giant, retailer, and that it's going well. Both of us have a focus on customers, so we are trying to fine tune the process to make it more convenient for our customers to buy our products easily and smoothly. And then, of course, we partnered with Vivo. So now we are in a few of their stations, their service stations across the country. We are expanding that. And this, again, we are fine tuning the process. It's a first. So we have to go back to the drawing board to make sure that we look at the product and how easy and convenient it was for the customer to buy without too much intervention, from us. So we're trying to roll out an off-the-shelf product that will make it easy to just go to either a Melcom or a Vivo shop, Shell shop across the country and get, say, do motor insurance just by having a product with a scratch card, scratch it and then you can just do your motor insurance. So we are refining the innovation. And then the latest, it's the Mibambo, which is our life.
I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah.
Yes, it's a mobile. It's actually a hit, a real hit.
Wow.
And with Vodafone currently, just dial *269# and bingo, you can just insure. With as little as 1 CD, you can insure up to 30,000 Ghana CD. So really, really, really pleased with some of the innovative products.
I was so blown when I saw that, the last one. I was so blown. Let's just take this opportunity to say kudos for all those initiatives that you've been able to champion in your tenure. This is great. And I think this is a good time to also tell our viewers that Patience was named amongst the 100 most reputable Africans in 2018 by the Reputation poll, together with renowned leaders. Renowned leaders. We won this for Kagame. We are talking about Strive Masiyiwa, and we're also talking about South Africa's Cyril Ramaphosa. And she was actually named amongst these ones. I mean, in 2018, you were adjudged the best female CEO in Ghana. You were right. And a few months ago, you emerged as African Female Business Leader of the Year, according to African Business Magazine. I must say,
just a couple of weeks ago,
in the midst of a pandemic, makes a profoundly unshakable statement about you. And want to say that kudos. Our viewers must know this. That is why I chipped it in. You wanted to say something, Patience? Please go ahead.
I just want to say that some of these things look as if it's just one person, but there are hordes of people behind. I've got an amazing team supporting me and making me shine. So I'm almost like a representative of the company. And there are lots of people contributing to what we are achieving here. So so I'm grateful for all the support I get.
I can testify of that. Even getting this meeting, I had to be connected with people and all that just to make this meeting happen. And I want to say to all of them, kudos for standing behind you to make you the strong woman you are. Patience, we are just about ending our interview. The Women in Finance and Investment Network is big on diversity and inclusion. And we want to know your take on diversity and inclusion. And has Hollard Ghana particularly taken any deliberate steps in bridging the generational gap? Is there anything you want to say about that?
I'm sure by now you know that I'm a champion of diversity, especially gender diversity. And as a co-founder of two of the most influential women networks in Ghana, I have worked with other women leaders to make sure that we empower and continue to support and inspire women to achieve their highest potential in this country. And back in Hollard, well, when I was in Barclays as well, I set up the Women Network Forum there as well. So basically, I'm committed to creating a level playing field, really, and making sure that the environment is conducive for both men and women to achieve their highest potential, and building capability across genders, really.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing in there. I just want to ask a last question. I mean, you cannot leave here without telling our people, that as a lead campaigner for insurance excellence in Ghana, what would be your last words for all the budding professionals who, I mean, wake up with you as their professional progression lens? What would you say to us?
Well, it took courage for me to leave my comfort zone of banking, an industry that I've been in for almost 2 decades, and to take up a new challenge like insurance, and it was a leap of faith. So what I'd like to tell everyone that's listening to me is that for you to move to your next level, more often than not, courage is needed. You need to be prepared to take the risk. I read somewhere that your comfort zone is your cage. If you remain in your comfort zone, you will constrain yourself. So you mustn't just sit on the sideline waiting to time your move when it's safe, or you're looking for a perfect opportunity. You must take that leap of faith if you want to grow.
Wow. Wow. And there you have it, Patience Akyianu, the Chief Executive Officer of Hollard Group in Ghana and the Director of both the boards of Hollard Insurance Ghana and Hollard Life Assurance Ghana. She says, to be able to get to the top, courage is a necessity. And you would have to be able to get out of your comfort zone. So for all the female professionals who are emerging in the industry, please, here is the catch. Here is to courage. Here is to taking the lead. Here is to taking the opportunity that we are given. Patience says that it doesn't matter how many responsibilities are thrown at you. It simply means that you have proven yourself worth the task, and make sure that you deliver on time. Execution should also be done on time. Patience Akyianu, on behalf of the Women in Finance and Investment Network, I want to say that we are so thankful. We cannot even thank you enough. I mean, I've been wanting to have this interview with you because I knew what it's going to do to all listeners from all across Africa and Asia. We want to say a very big thank you. I don't know if you have any other words left to say to us.
It's been a pleasure chatting with you.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, to the ladies out there, thank you for joining us. And then let's keep making it happen.